Did you miss me? It's only what, the third or fourth video of the day so far, with still the Wolves watch along to come tonight. But this video is seriously important. This video is the video I've been waiting for since the transfer window opened, because finally, Nottingham Forest have been linked to a centre-back, and a good one at that. Let's get into the video, and welcome to Forest Fan TV. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And welcome to yet more content on Nottingham Forest. I hope you've been enjoying the content today. It's been a whirlwind trying to get everything out to you guys as quickly as possible while holding down a full-time job as well. So if you would be kind enough just to give us a like, and if you're new here, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you really want to go a step further and support us for 99p, please hit that join button down below. And finally, check out the link tree. Go follow both Twitter accounts. At the moment, the High Press, the arm of our FFTV that controls and looks at all the rumors and facts, is working overtime on Twitter. So go follow them. It's at FFTV High Press. And if you want my Twitter account, it's at official FFTV. Come say hi. Call me an idiot, whatever. I love it. I love the banter. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about in today's video. We have a decent centre-back being linked to Nottingham Forest. We have a centre-back that's rejected a move to Nottingham Forest. We have an attacker in Danjuma that we mentioned earlier that I'll give you an update on. And there's a few more bits and pieces coming out about Danilo and his move from Palmeiras to Nottingham Forest. But let's start with the important piece of news, and that is Hermoso from Atletico Madrid. Hermoso, who had a breakthrough season in 2019 at Real Sociedad, which kind of jumped him up and exploded him onto the scene, got his dream move to Atleti after that. And since then, he's kind of been in and out of the team, especially this season, not being able to cement in his position at centre-back. However, come in Forest, who desperately need a centre-back. And I've been saying it for a long time, guys. We need another centre-back at least. I really like Hermoso. He is pacey. He can move with the ball, but he's left-footed. Now, in an ideal situation with if Niakate, does anyone know where Niakate is? Anyway, let's not go down that rabbit hole. But in an ideal situation where you got Niakate on the left, you'd want a right-footed one on the right-hand side. For me, I don't know why. I just kind of like that balance of a left and a right at the centre-back. How do you guys feel about it? He can play either side, so it's not a massive issue. But what's really good about it is, of course, we have Lodi. Yes, Lodi, not Lodi. You got to pronounce it the Brazilian way, as Mario explained to us. Lodi. He is good friends with Hermoso, and he could instigate, as Scarpini is doing for the Danilo deal, this move for him over to Nottingham Forest. Is he good enough for the Premier League? I think 100% yes. And he's ticking a lot of the attributes that I personally have been looking for in a centre-back. I mean, they ain't massive. It's not a massive list from me in terms of what I want. I just want a centre-back who's got pace, and a centre-back who can pass, and a centre-back who can progress the ball forward. Yeah, they're pretty expensive though. So, how's this deal going to work? Well, this is where it gets all mystical, because I got the old rule book out, double-checked things to make sure everything's above board, that the Greek father himself isn't cutting any corners and so on. And that's when I got my head scratching, because the rules in the Premier League states that you cannot have two players on loan from one club. However, it does not specify if that is only applicable to Premier League or to any European or worldwide club. So for you geeks out there, and I know there's a few of you, maybe you know the rules slightly better than I do. Are you able to find a little footnote somewhere that does explain whether or not this is the case? And why am I raising this point? Because the rumors currently are that he will be coming to Forest on loan. For that to happen, if the rules are correct as I've read them, and I'm no FA experts on them, but it may mean we need to sign Lodi and make that move permanent. We have a 25 million agreed option to buy on him, or it may mean that Hermosa comes in instead of on a loan as a bought player. I say just buy them both, man. We're Forest. We buy who we want. But back to the player himself. He's 6 foot tall, 27, really nippy, really agile, and I think has a bit of a point to prove now, as he has not been able to establish himself in recent times in the Atleti team. But bring him into a team now, because he's not a native English speaker. Bring him into a team where he's got Lodi, who he knows. And there's, a very easy crossover between Spanish and Portuguese, because he's Spanish himself. He'll be able to communicate very nicely with Scarpina once we get Danilo through the door as well. We're building quite a nice Latino vibe going on, Latin American vibe, Brazilian vibe. I'm liking where things are going at the moment. It's quite exciting, but I love these transfer windows. So is this going to happen? I think there's a good chance. It really depends on the whole loan issue that I just explained. But let me know if you'd be interested in him. I know a lot of you are going to say, as long as he's faster than Cook, bring him in. And to be honest, I'm not too far behind that thought process. But let me know down below. Nottingham Forest had a £10 million rejected by Montpellier for their centre-back, another centre-back, Maxime Estive. I think that's how you pronounce it. Honestly, I've never heard of him, but I kind of can tell you how the deal went down. Forest approached him. They had a look at it. He thought about it. And then he saw Embasso. He saw Biancone. He saw Bardet. Then he looked at his passport. And he saw he had the French flag in there. And he told his club, no way in hell. So that one ended quite quickly. And that deal was rejected. Whether or not Forest go back in for him, I do not know. I honestly don't know much about this guy, apart from he's French and a centre-back. And we all know how that's been at Nottingham Forest. But maybe you guys have seen him play. You can give me some information in the comments below. As always, that would be much appreciated. Let's move on to the hot topic of the last 24 hours, and that's Danilo from Palmeiras. This deal is getting closer and closer. However, it seems to be stumbling a little as the two clubs argue over the fee. And in are creeping Monaco, as they still don't want to give up on it, and they don't understand that Forest is a bigger club than Monaco, has more pull. So Monaco, back the off. This guy ain't for you. He wants to come and play with his beloved Scarpini. So Monaco are going to try and hijack this bid. I still am very confident that this is going to go Forest's way, and I still feel it's going to be a quick deal because the Greek father isn't stupid. The Greek father knows this is hot property, and the quicker he gets him in, the better. I think not just the money side of things, but it's the whole, can they keep him for a little bit before releasing him to Nottingham Forest, is something that's being debated between the two clubs now. I think Forest firmly want him to come in the January window, and I think Palmeiras would like to hold on to him for at least a few more months as they start their season. But we'll keep you posted as things develop, so watch this space. With Danjuma, who I am a huge fan of, we know what the price is that they're looking for, and it is a whopping £45 million for him. I personally think that is actually not a bad price for him. It would be made up in add-ons and bolt-ons and, text message add-ons, all those kind of things would come into it. So 45 million in this market, in this day and age, for an attacking player that I personally do rate, I think Forest should stump up the money and get him in. Everton are still the front runners on this, but Forest have been confirmed basically as very interested. And we all know when the Greek father gets his sleeves rolled up and pokes out those elbows, there's only ever going to be one winner. So those are the big news transfers coming currently at Nottingham Forest with the updates on the stuff we brought to you earlier. Don't forget, guys, it's match day today, and Wolves will be coming to the City Ground in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. So make sure you tune in to the watch along from 7:15 tonight. We'll have the player ratings straight after. I'm going to go and actually do my day job now. So, if you could just give the video a quick like, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new, and any support you can offer or any donations is much appreciated and gets pumped straight back in to the production. We'll see you at the watch along unless something crazy breaks. Before then, maybe Danilo will put pen to paper. Until the watch along, come on you Reds.